We are here and we're getting ready to put our bobbin case back in our machine. We've maybe taken this off and we've cleaned everything out. We can use our brush for that. There's some other tools as well that we can use, but it's very specific in how we need to put this in, because if we don't, we're going to have some problems later on potentially. Now, this is our bobbin case, and right now it looks like it'd be great to go ahead and put this in here now, but here's the problem. If I put this in here, I can put this in wrong, because this needle plate isn't in place. But if I put this in first, I cannot put this in wrong. And that's really important that this is in there correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our needle plate, and we're just going to go in and slide it over our feed dogs. There's a little tuck in there. And it's okay if it takes you a minute, okay? Be patient with yourself. It will literally fit right in there. Now at this point I have 2 screws, and I use a magnetic holder so my screws don't go flittering across the counter. By the way, those of you that have small children and pets, this is even more important, because pretty little shiny things like these screws are really interesting to both toddlers and cats. So we're just going to go in here, and I'm not going to tighten it down too much, but I am going to get it a little past finger tight. Okay. And this is the screwdriver that comes with most of these machines. You can also get a little screwdriver, or if you're like my husband, he prefers the ratcheting style. Lots of options here. And those of you ladies with artificial nails, I'm going to just tell you, be patient with yourself. This isn't hard, it just takes a minute. I actually prefer a little screwdriver to this little guy, but I want to show you that it can be done. Okay, we're not quite tight enough, so I'm going to come back over here, get it tightened back in. And of course, if you're doing this at home and not for the camera, it's absolutely fair game to turn your machine around so that it's easier to get at. Now that I've done that and this is firmly in place, I can only put this in one way. And if you can see down in here, and I'm going to tip my machine so you can see it, there is a little white dot, and right here there's a little stopper. Okay, I'm going to line that white dot up with that little arrow right there. Okay, and then there's a little ledge here that I line up against the stopper. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's going to look a lot like that when it goes in. I'm just going to slip it in, and it's going to slide right where it belongs, and it will move just a little bit. And that's kind of my double check. I can see that where my thread goes is right here. That's exactly where it belongs. And then I can come in and slide this piece in. This, by the way, is a feature on many Baby Locks and Brothers. So if you have one of those and it looks like this, it's going to go in the same way. And then I can come back in and I can put my bobbin in. Front loading bobbin always goes in like a P for perfect, straight down. And I always leave a little tension on there and I'm good to go. The bobbin I don't put in until I've put everything back together. That way my thread ends up where I intend it to and not where it doesn't belong.